Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and welcome. It's Nurse Richard, the Wax Wizard. Thanks for joining me. Interesting couple of procedures today, and the first one you're going to see is where the title of the title of the video comes from, and it's not the clearest, and at times you will see me sharply taking the camera away in a quick time hurry, and the reason for that. It's where the title comes from, high pressure earwax. And you're thinking, well, what's all that about? What do you mean high pressure earwax? The meaning behind it is I was under a lot of pressure to get it done and to get it done quickly, because this young patient, and he was a young child, I think he's under 10, not quite sure the exact age, but he's definitely young, still in primary school. And he's extremely, you can just see there how quickly I had to come away then. He's got ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder, and also autism as well. Not a big fan of the noise of the suction at all, because he's had it done somewhere else before and did not like it one bit. So the reason why there's a lot of pressure here, there's a lot of pressure not to use the suction. We did have to at one point, but there's pressure to get it done quickly, because there's only so long he can tolerate a procedure for, and there's only so long he can keep still for as well, because he can suddenly shout out something random. He can suddenly just jump up out of the chair. It is the kind of patient that makes me extremely nervous. I'm not going to lie. And when I got this out, I thought, oh, brilliant, that's all of it. And then we did spot one near his eardrum, and I thought, there's no way I want to go that close to his eardrum with these tools. So we did have to get the suction. I used the smallest one I possibly could. And what his mum did, she counted down. You're going to hear a countdown in a minute. And I was under high pressure to get it out in that countdown.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Thankfully, I made it just before 1. But as soon as I didn't know she was going to start doing that, but as soon as I was going in there, she said, "You're going to have to put up with it for a short time, just 5 seconds, and it'll be out." I'm thinking, oh my god, I hope it's out in 5 seconds. So as soon as she started that counting, I thought, I'm going to have to get it in that time, or as soon as she reaches 1. He's going to be off. He's going to shoot up out the chair. But thankfully, managed to get it before she reached 1. So I'm glad. Maybe if he comes in again anytime soon, maybe I'll ask her to count to 10 or a bigger number than 5. But the pressure was certainly on in that one. But thankfully, managed to get it out. Now, to share something in common, the two patients in the videos. And this patient has also got some learning disabilities. He's much older, and his carer brought him in, and a bit of a checkered history with his ears, which I'll tell you about in a second. But before I forget, I will tell you who today's subscriber of the day is. And today's subscriber of the day is Leslie Wilson. Thank you, Leslie, for your many, and I mean many, many messages asking to be a subscriber of the day. But you're right, it's a numbers game. If you don't ask, the answer's always going to be no. I think you said in one of your comments. So yeah, congratulations, you finally made it. And there is a few people who keep leaving comments. I would love to even put everybody in there, but there's nearly 70,000 of you. Now, not all of those ask to be a subscriber of the day. But the number of videos I do is one every 2 days. So hang on in there. Whenever I reach episode 50 or 60,000, then the chances are you will have been in one at one point. So keep leaving me those comments down below saying you would love to be a subscriber of the day. And give us a reason as well, if you want to, or if you're celebrating something. Anyway, on with this here. So yeah, the history, and again, I'm having to use some curette here just as much as the suction to get this out, because it is extremely dry. It's very dry. It's very sticky. Patient not too keen on noise again, as was the first young boy. But thankfully, this patient keeps a lot stiller. not quite. I don't think he's got ADHD, so he's not quite as lively, let's say, as the first patient. But yeah, very dry and it's black. It's been there a long time, and I've not seen this chap before. But his carer tells me there is a bit of a history with his ear, but it's a bit vague, to be honest, because it goes back a long way. We do think there was a perforation at some point. I suspect probably in the other ear, because we can see a scar in the second ear where it looks like there has been a perforation, which appears to have healed up now anyway. And there is a bit of a delicate area here in the attic region of this ear, which is it looks like it may have been an issue in the past. I don't think it is now. It's just quite thin, the skin in there, so there may have been a problem with this in the past. And I'm just trying to get a nice clear image. I think I've come out to get a bit of a clearer image, and because I've obviously stopped there because they must have felt that for some reason. Now they've probably felt it because it is quite dry, this piece. It is quite hard, and it's kind of trapped at a funny angle, at a point where the ear goes a bit narrower, then it goes a bit wider. So I'm having to bring it forward and wriggle it extremely gently. So hopefully the patient doesn't feel that too much. But sometimes it's unavoidable. The patient will occasionally feel something, especially when it's like this, when it's this hard and it's trapped in that little narrowing. So I'm just going to scoop that out with the curette. Try and get behind it there. You don't want to push it back in. You want to get down the side of it. Well, that is a risk of using tools, hooks and curettes and the like. But sometimes you can push these things back in, which is the last thing you want to do, obviously. And when we take this out, you'll see it's very pink, this ear canal. See what I mean? In the attic area there may have been an issue there in the past. But it looks extremely thin, the skin around there. And yeah, bit of a weird one. So there may have been an issue there in the past. There may have just been a collection there, and it's worn down the skin, made it a little thinner. So we're just going to try and peel away a little bit of loose skin. Not going to go overboard with this because, well, there's absolutely no need. I think I am going to get that little loose hair though there, just in case there's a chance that makes the patient feel a bit itchy at all, because it is quite a thick hair, that one. So I'll just take that out. And I've advised them to oil it because it's a very, very, very dry ear canal. What else? Oh, I have got something exciting else to tell you. And I don't know if you remember, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you may well remember I go on about my Yorkshire tea all the time because I do like a cup of Yorkshire tea. And in one video, I did say to you guys, oh, wouldn't it be great if Yorkshire tea could sponsor a video? Because if I haven't told you before, advertisers generally don't like earwax, so you won't see many adverts in these. It's more of a labour of love. We certainly don't make as much as most YouTubers do, or anyone who puts out there on the internet, for that very reason. However, if you do see an advert, just let it run through. Quick tip for you, that helps out the channel. Anyway, a load of you got in touch with Yorkshire tea. And I had to send them an email apologising for how many people had been sending them messages to their inbox. And I got this box delivered yesterday, just covering my address there, from Taylors of Harrogate. And have a look what they sent me. First they sent me a little note which says, please enjoy some proper brews with very best wishes, the Yorkshire tea team. And they sent me a giant box of Yorkshire tea. So technically, am I a brand ambassador now for Yorkshire tea? I guess I am. It's the first brand deal we've ever done. There was that, you probably missed it, you might have to rewind it. Little scar from a previous perforation. Anyway, thanks to everybody if you did get in touch with Yorkshire tea. Kept me in tea for the remainder of the year, so thanks for doing that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and follow it, like it, share it, and all that gubbins. But for now, take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon. Cheers. Bye.